Have you ever stopped to count how many times you use the word have in a single day? Think about it. I have a meeting. She has a beautiful house. I had a great time. I have been waiting for you. It is one of the top 5 most used words in the entire English language, but it is also one of the most frustrating. Why? Because it changes its mask constantly. Sometimes it means you own something. Sometimes it means you are eating something. Sometimes it does not mean anything at all because it is just there to help another verb do its job. If you have ever paused in the middle of a sentence, unsure whether to say I have gone or I had gone, or if you confuse she has with she had, this video is exactly where you need to be. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Fluent with Looki. I am Looki, your guide on this journey to English fluency. Today, we're doing something different. We are slowing down. We are going deep. This is not a 5-minute quick tip. This is a masterclass. Over the next hour, we are going to completely dismantle the words have, has, and had. By the time this video ends, you will never, and I mean never, doubt how to use these words again. Whether you are 30 years old and using English for business, or 60 years old and learning for the joy of travel and connection, this lesson is designed for you. So please, go get your notebook, get a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable. We have a lot of work to do. Are you ready? Let us begin. Before we can run, we must walk. And before we can build complex sentences with had been having, we must understand the absolute basics of the present tense. This is where the confusion starts for many beginners, and even intermediate learners make slips here when they speak fast. In the simple present tense, we have 2 players, have and has. I want you to visualize 2 teams. Team A consists of I, you, we, and they. Team B consists of he, she, and it. Team A always takes have. Team B always takes has. Now, this sounds simple, right? I have, she has. But let us look at why people make mistakes. The mistake happens when the subject is not a simple pronoun like he or she. The mistake happens when the subject is a name or a title or a group. Let us practice this. If I say my brother, which word do we use? My brother is a he, so my brother has. If I say my boss and I, which word do we use? This is tricky. Many people hear my boss and think has, but the subject is my boss and I. That equals we. So my boss and I have a meeting. Let us try one more. The information. Is information singular or plural? In English, information is uncountable, so we treat it as singular, like it. The information has been updated. Here's a challenge for you. I want you to look around the room you are in right now. Pick one object. Maybe it's your phone. My phone has a crack in the screen. Now look at yourself. I have a cup of coffee. This distinction, have versus has, is the foundation. If this foundation is cracked, the whole house falls down later when we try to do the perfect tenses. So repeat after me. I will leave space for you to speak. I have a plan. Let us do a quick drill. I will say a condition. You tell me if we use have or has, or if we use am, is, or are. The word is cough. The answer is, I have a cough. The word is sleepy. The answer is, I am sleepy. The word is broken arm. The answer is, he has a broken arm. The word is exhausted. The answer is, She is exhausted. Great work! Now we are going to leave the present moment. We are going to travel back in time. It is time to talk about had. If have and has are the kings of the present, had is the king of the past. And I have good news for you. The word had is much easier to use than have or has. Do you remember our two teams from earlier? Team A was I, you, we, they. Team B was he, she, it. In the present tense, we have to separate them. But in the past tense, everyone is on the same team. It does not matter who the subject is, everybody gets had. I had, you had, we had, they had, he had, she had, it had. This is a relief, isn't it? You do not have to think about the subject, you only have to think about the time. So when do we use had as a main verb? We use it exactly the same way we use have, but for things that are finished. Let us look at possession in the past. I had a bicycle when I was a child. This means I do not have it anymore. The possession is finished. She had a meeting yesterday. The meeting is over. It is in the past. Let us look at relationships and traits in the past. He had long hair in the 1980s. Now, maybe he has short hair or no hair, but in the past, he had long hair. My grandfather had a gentle voice. We are describing a memory. Let us look at illness in the past. I had a terrible headache last night. But now, I'm fine. This simple past tense use of had is very common in storytelling. When you tell your friends about your weekend or your vacation, you will use this word constantly. We had a wonderful time in Paris. We had a small problem at the airport. I had a delicious meal at that new restaurant. Now, I want to address a very confusing structure that scares a lot of students. Sometimes you will see a sentence that has the word had 2 times. I had had. Have you seen this? It looks like a mistake. It looks like a typo. It is not a mistake. Let me explain this simply. Remember, the word have can be a possession verb, like I have a car. But the word have can also be a helper verb for the past perfect tense. So if I want to talk about the past of the past, I might say, I had had a car before I bought the truck. The first had is the helper, telling us the time. The second had is the main verb, telling us about possession. I do not want you to worry too much about I had had right now. We will cover the past perfect in detail in segment 3 of this masterclass. For now, I just want you to be comfortable with the simple had. Let us practice converting sentences from present to past. I will give you a sentence in the present. You change it to the past using had. Sentence 1. I have a question. Past tense, I had a question. Sentence 2. She has a problem. Past tense, she had a problem. Sentence 3. They have a lot of money. Past tense, they had a lot of money. Sentence 4. We have no choice. Past tense, we had no choice. Do you feel the difference? Have and has feel immediate. They are right now. Had feels distant. It is a memory. It is a report of something finished. We have covered a lot of ground already. We have established the teams of have and has. We have looked at possession, relationships, attributes, and health, and we have introduced the universal past tense had. But there is one more massive, incredibly common way we use these words, and this is where English gets fun. We use have to talk about actions and experiences. In many languages, you eat breakfast or drink coffee. In English, we certainly can say eat and drink, but it is very common, perhaps even more common, to use have. I have breakfast at 7 o'clock. I do not own the breakfast, I am eating it. Let us have a drink. This means let us drink something together. We are having a party. This means we are organizing and experiencing a party. This is called the dynamic have. Why is this important? Because when have is used for an action like eating or experiencing, we can use the ing form. Listen carefully to this distinction. If I talk about possession, I cannot use ing. I cannot say I am having a car. That is incorrect. You either have the car or you do not. You are not in the process of having it. But if I talk about eating, I can use ing. I can say, I am having lunch right now. Can I call you back? This is correct because eating is an action. Let us look at some common collocations or word partnerships where have means an action. Have a bath or have a shower. You can say, I am taking a shower or I am having a shower. Both are natural. Have a break. You work hard for 3 hours, then you stop. You have a break. Have a chat. This means to talk. I need to have a chat with you. Have a look. This means to examine something. Can you have a look at my report? Have a good time. This is about experience. Are you having a good time? This dynamic have is essential for sounding natural. If you always say, I eat lunch or I drink tea, you sound grammatically correct but a little bit stiff. If you say, I'm having a sandwich, you sound like a native speaker. Let us practice the dynamic have with the continuous form. Imagine you are on the phone with a friend. I will tell you what you are doing, and you tell me the sentence using having. Situation. You are eating dinner. You can say, I am having dinner. Situation. You are washing yourself in the shower. You can say, I am having a shower. Situation. You are struggling with a difficult task. You can say, I am having a hard time. Excellent. So, to review this section, stative have means possession, no ing. I have a book, not I am having a book. Dynamic have means action or experience. Ing is okay. I am having lunch. I am having fun. As we approach the end of this first segment, I want to address one final area that causes confusion for my students between the ages of 30 and 65. It is the difference between I have to and I have. We discussed I have meaning possession, but when we add the tiny word to, the meaning changes completely. I have to means I must. It is an obligation. I have a car, possession. I have to drive, obligation. She has a report, possession. She has to finish the report, obligation. I had a ticket, possession in the past. I had to buy a ticket, obligation in the past. This is a modal verb structure and it is vital for your daily life. It is how you explain your duties. Sorry, I can't come to the party, I have to work. She has to pick up the kids from school. We had to leave early because of the rain. Notice how the pronunciation changes slightly. When we say I have a car, the V sound in have is soft, have. When we say I have to work, the V sound almost becomes an F sound, have to, I have to go. When we say she has to, the S becomes like an S, not a Z, she has to. Let us try a few sentences to hear that difference. I have a dog, soft V. I have to feed the dog, hard F sound. She has a book, soft Z sound, has. She has to read it, hard S sound, has to. This small pronunciation tip will help your listening skills immensely. When you hear that sharp F sound in have, you know an obligation is coming. Do not stop here. Take a short break, stretch your legs, have a glass of water, notice I used have there, and then join me for part 2. Welcome back to part 2 of our masterclass on have, has, and had. If you are joining me now after watching part 1, congratulations, you have already mastered the basics of possession and obligation. You know who belongs on team have and who belongs on team has. You know that had is the universal past tense. But now, my friends, we are going to climb the mountain. We are entering the territory of the present perfect tense. This is the part of English grammar that scares students the most. In many languages, this tense simply does not exist. In your native language, you might just say, I went to Paris, and that covers everything. But in English, we have a special way to talk about the past when it connects to the present. That is the secret key, connection. The simple past, like I walked or I ate, is a finished box. It is closed. It is history. The present perfect, using have and has, is an open box. It started in the past, but it is still relevant now. It is a bridge between yesterday and today. In this segment, we are going to learn exactly how to build this bridge. We will talk about life experiences. We will talk about things that just happened. We will talk about actions that started 20 years ago and are still true today. So, take a deep breath. We are going to make this simple. First, let us look at the mechanics. How do we build this engine? The formula is very consistent. Subject plus have or has plus the past participle. What is a past participle? In English, every verb has 3 forms. Verb 1 is the base form, eat. Verb 2 is the simple past, ate. Verb 3 is the past participle, eaten. Go, went, gone. See, saw, seen. Do, did, done. For regular verbs, it's easy because verb 2 and verb 3 are the same. They just end in ed. Work, worked, worked. Play, played, played. But for irregular verbs, you must memorize that third column. And this is where have and has become the helper verbs. In part 1, have was the main boss. It meant possession. Here, have is just an assistant. It helps the main verb do its job. Let us look at a simple example. I have eaten. Subject, I. Helper, have. Participle, eaten. She has gone. Subject, she. Helper, has. Participle, gone. Why do we say this instead of I ate or she went? Because when we use the perfect tense, we are not interested in the time, we are interested in the result. If I say I ate lunch, your brain asks, when? At 1 o'clock. If I say I have eaten lunch, your brain understands I am not hungry right now. The action is finished, but the result is here with me. Let us practice forming these sentences. I will give you a subject and a verb. You build the present perfect sentence. Subject, we. Verb, finish. The answer is we have finished. Subject, he. Verb, take. The answer is he has taken. Subject, they. Verb, buy. The answer is they have bought. Subject, it. Verb, stop. The answer is it has stopped. Do you hear the rhythm? Have finished. Has taken. Have bought. Has stopped. This rhythm is the heartbeat of English conversation. Now that we can build the sentence, let's talk about when to use it. The most beautiful use of the present perfect is for life experience. Think of your life as a bucket or a suitcase. You carry it with you everywhere.
Every time you do something special, you put that memory in your suitcase. We use have to talk about what is inside your suitcase right now. We do not care when you did it. We only care that you possess this experience. I have been to Japan. I do not need to say I went to Japan in 1999. The date is not important. The fact is that I have that memory. I know what Japan looks like. She has seen the movie Titanic. We do not know when. Maybe yesterday, maybe 20 years ago. It doesn't matter. She knows the story. This is where we use the famous question word, ever. Have you ever? This means at any time in your life, from the day you were born until this exact second, have you done this action? Have you ever eaten sushi? Have you ever met a famous person? Have you ever lost your wallet? And if the answer is no, we use never. I have never eaten sushi. I have never met a famous person. She has never lost her wallet. I want you to think about your own life experiences. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I want you to answer out loud with yes, I have, or no, I have not. Question 1. Have you ever visited London? Answer now. Question 2. Have you ever driven a truck? Answer now. Question 3. Have you ever broken a bone? Notice that if you want to give me details, you must switch to the simple past. Listen to this dialogue. Person A says, have you ever been to Paris? Person B says, yes, I have. Person A says, when did you go? Person B says, I went last year. Did you catch the switch? Question 1 used have because it was about general experience. The answer used went because it was about a specific time, last year. This is the golden rule. Indefinite time equals present perfect. Specific time equals simple past. You cannot say, I have been to Paris last year. That is incorrect. You must say, I went to Paris last year. Or simply, I have been to Paris. Let us move to the second major use of have and has in the present perfect. This is for unfinished time. What do I mean by unfinished time? I mean time periods that are still happening right now. Today, this week, this month, this year. Is today finished? No, not yet. Is this year finished? No. So because the time is still open, we use the open tense, the present perfect. I have drunk 3 cups of coffee today. If I say this, it implies that the day is not over. I might drink a 4th cup. The possibility is still open. She has worked hard this week. The week is not finished. She might work hard tomorrow, too. We have had a lot of rain this year. The year is continuing. Compare this to the simple past. If I say, I drank 3 cups of coffee yesterday, yesterday is closed. It is gone. I cannot go back to yesterday and drink more. The box is sealed. So when you are at work or talking to your family, think about the time word you are using. If you use a word like today, this morning, or this afternoon, you will likely need have or has. Let us try a practice drill. I will give you a time phrase. You decide if we use simple past or present perfect. Phrase, last week. Answer, simple past, because last week is finished. Phrase, this week. Answer, present perfect, because this week is current. Phrase, in 2010. Answer, simple past. That year is long gone. Phrase, so far this year. Answer, present perfect. Phrase, when I was a child. Answer, simple past. You are not a child anymore. That time is finished. This concept of unfinished time is very important for business English. If you are writing an email update, you will often say, "We have made good progress this quarter. We have closed 3 deals this month." This sounds professional. It sounds active. It tells your boss that you are still working at achieving things right now. Now we come to 3 small words that change everything. Just, yet, already. These 3 words are the best friends of have and has. They help us place an action in time without using a specific clock time. Let us start with just. Just means a very short time ago, maybe 1 minute ago, maybe 5 minutes ago. We place it between have and the verb. I have just finished my dinner. This means my plate is empty, but it's still warm. He has just left the building. If you run, you can catch him.
This is extremely common in spoken English. Imagine your phone rings. It is your friend. Hey, can you talk? Sorry, I have just walked into a meeting. Call you later. Now, let us look at already. Already means something happened sooner than expected, or it is done and we do not need to worry about it. Mom asks, "Clean your room." Child says, "I have already cleaned it." Translation, stop asking me. It is done. Boss asks, "Did you email the client?" You say, "Yes, I have already emailed them." Again, the position is in the middle. I have already seen that movie. She has already eaten. Finally, let us look at yet. Yet is used in negative sentences and questions. It implies that we expect something to happen, but it has not happened up to this moment. Yet always goes at the end of the sentence. Have you finished the report yet? I'm expecting you to finish it. Is it done? No, I have not finished it yet, but I will finish it soon. He has not arrived yet. We are waiting for him. Let us practice these 3 words. I will give you a situation and you make a sentence. Situation. You completed your work 5 minutes ago. Use just. Sentence. I have just completed my work. Situation. Your friend asks if you want to see a movie, but you saw it yesterday. Use already. Sentence. I have already seen it. Situation. You are hungry because lunch has not happened. Use yet. Sentence. I have not had lunch yet. Wait, did you hear that last one? I have not had lunch yet. There it is, the double structure. Have is the helper. Had is the verb for eating. I have not had. Do not panic. It simply means I have not eaten. We're moving deeper now. We're going to talk about duration. How long something has been happening. This is where students make the biggest mistake. In many languages, you say something like, I am living here for 5 years. In English, this is wrong. If you say, I am living, it means right now. But if you want to include the past 5 years and connect it to now, you must use the perfect tense. You must say, I have lived here for 5 years. Or, I have been living here for 5 years. This brings us to the battle of for versus since. Both of these words answer the question, how long, but they work differently. For is used to measure a period of time, a duration, a quantity of time. Think of it like a block of time. For 10 minutes. For 2 hours. For 3 days. For 6 months. For a long time. For ages. Since is used to point to a specific starting moment,
a dot on the calendar. Since 8 o'clock. Since Monday. Since October. Since 1995. Since I was born. Since breakfast. Let us look at the difference. I have worked here for 10 years. That's the total amount. I have worked here since 2014. That's the starting point. Both sentences mean exactly the same thing. The meaning is identical, but the grammar tool is different. Let us try a quiz. I will say a time phrase. You say for or since. 3 hours. Answer, for 3 hours. Last week. Answer, since last week. A long time. Answer, for a long time. Yesterday. Answer, since yesterday. 5 minutes. Answer, for 5 minutes. 2001. Answer, since 2001. My childhood. Answer, since my childhood. So if you want to tell someone about your marriage, you can say, we have been married for 20 years. Or, we have been married since 2004. Do not say, we are married for 20 years. That sounds foreign. Use the bridge. The marriage started in the past and is still here today. We have been married. I want to take a moment to talk about pronunciation again. In the previous segment, we talked about soft and hard sounds. Now we need to talk about contractions. In real life, native speakers rarely say, I have done it. We say, I've done it. I have becomes I've. You have becomes you've. We have becomes we've. They have becomes they've. He has becomes he's. She has becomes she's. It has becomes its. Now wait a minute, Looki. He's means he is. She's means she is. Its means it is. How can it also mean he has and she has? This is true. The contraction is identical. He's a teacher. This means he is a teacher. He's gone to work. This means he has gone to work. How do you know the difference? You have to look at the word that comes next. If the next word is a noun or an adjective, the S usually means is. She's happy. Happy is an adjective, so she is happy. She's a doctor. Doctor is a noun, so she is a doctor. But if the next word is a past participle verb, the S always means has. She's eaten. Eaten is a verb, so she has eaten. He's stopped. Stopped is a verb, so he has stopped. It's rained. Rained is a verb, so it has rained. This can be tricky for listening. When you hear he's left, your brain needs to quickly calculate. Left is a verb, so it means he has left. Let us practice saying these contractions. Repeat after me. I've been there. You've seen it. We've finished. They've arrived. He's gone. She's started. It's broken. Listen to the flow. It is not it is broken. It is it's broken. Actually, let me correct that. It's broken could be it is broken, adjective, or it has broken, verb. If I hold a cup and say it is broken, that is a description. If I drop a cup and say, oh no, it's broken, that implies the action just happened. Let us focus on clearer examples. He's taken the car. He has taken. She's decided to stay. She has decided. Mastering these contractions will make your speech flow much smoother. If you say, she has decided every time, you sound a bit like a computer. She's decided sounds human. We have one more crucial concept for this segment. the difference between have been and have gone. This is a classic trap for English learners. Listen to these two sentences. He has gone to Paris. He has been to Paris. They sound similar, but the location of the person is different. If I say, he has gone to Paris, where is he now? He is in Paris. Or he is on his way to Paris. He is not here. Gone implies he left and has not returned. If I say, he has been to Paris, where is he now? He is back here with us. Been implies a completed journey. He went and he returned. It is an experience in his suitcase. So imagine you call your friend's house. You want to speak to John. His wife answers, I'm sorry, John isn't here. He has gone to the store. She uses gone because he is away. Later, you see John. You ask him about his vacation. John, have you ever been to Hawaii? You use been because he is standing right in front of you. You cannot ask, have you gone to Hawaii, if he is standing in your living room. Let us check your understanding. My sister is in Italy right now. Do I say she has been to Italy or she has gone to Italy? The answer is gone. She is not here. My father visited Italy 10 years ago. Now he is at home. Do I say he has gone to Italy or he has been to Italy? The answer is been. He is back. Remember this simple rule. Gone means away. Been means back. We're reaching the end of this deep dive into the present perfect. Let us recap what we've built in this segment. We learned the formula, have or has plus the past participle. We learned to use it for indefinite past experiences, the bucket list. We learned to use it for unfinished time periods like today and this week. We learned the key words just, already, and yet. We clarified the difference between for duration and since a starting point. And we clarified the difference between he's is and he's is has. This tense, the present perfect, is the mark of an intermediate to advanced speaker. Beginners stick to the simple past. I went. I saw. I did. Masters use the present perfect to paint a picture of how the past affects the present. I have seen that movie, so I do not want to watch it again. I have lost my keys, so I cannot start my car. She has worked here for 20 years, so she knows everyone. In the next segment, segment 3, we are going to go even further. We are going to tackle the continuous forms. Have been doing, has been waiting, and we are going to finally explain that scary double verb structure, had. You are doing an incredible job. Grammar is not a list of rules to memorize. It is a set of tools to help you tell your story. Today, you sharpened your tools. Take another break. Stand up, walk around, let your brain absorb this information. When you're ready, click on the next video for part 3. I am Looki, this is Fluent with Looki, and I have enjoyed teaching you this segment. See what I did there? I used the present perfect. See you soon. Welcome back to part 3 of our Masterclass. If you are still with me, you are a champion. Most people give up when grammar gets tough, but not you. You are here because you want to master this language, not just memorize a few phrases. In part 1, we built the foundation with have and has for possession. In part 2, we learned about the present perfect for life experiences and unfinished time. Now we are going to add movement, we are going to add emotion, and we are going to travel even further back in time. In this segment, we are going to tackle 3 advanced concepts. First, the present perfect continuous. This is I have been doing. Second, the past perfect. This is I had done. And third, the monster that hides under the bed of every English student, the double had. I had. Do not be afraid. By the end of this 30 minutes, these monsters will look like cute little puppies. Let us begin with the present perfect continuous. Imagine a scenario. You are waiting for a friend at a coffee shop. You arrive at 2 o'clock. Your friend arrives at 2:30. You are a little bit annoyed. You want to express that annoyance. You want to show your friend that the waiting was long, it was boring, it was a process. If you say, I have waited for 30 minutes, that is grammatically correct. It states the fact. But if you say, I have been waiting for 30 minutes, that changes the feeling. It emphasizes the duration. It emphasizes the activity itself. I have been waiting. This is the present perfect continuous. The structure is simple. Subject plus have or has plus been plus verb ing. I have been working. She has been sleeping. They have been playing. We use this tense for two main reasons. Reason number one, to emphasize the duration of an activity that started in the past and is still happening now. I have been studying English for 5 years. This sounds more active and determined than I have studied English. It says, I started 5 years ago, I am doing it now, and I will probably continue tomorrow. It has been raining all day. Look out the window, it is still raining, and it started this morning. The rain is a continuous process. Reason number two, to explain a present result based on a recent activity. This is very subtle but very common. Imagine you see me and I am sweating. My face is red. I am breathing hard. You ask, Looki, are you okay? I say, yes, I have been running. Am I running right now? No, I am standing still talking to you. But the running finished just a moment ago and you can see the evidence, the sweat, the red face. Let's try another one. Your hands are covered in flour and chocolate. Someone asks, what are you doing? You say, I have been baking a cake. The baking might be finished, or maybe you're taking a break, but the evidence is on your hands.
So, the difference between simple and continuous is often about focus. Present perfect simple focuses on the result, the finished product. I have painted the room. The room is blue now. Good job. Present perfect continuous focuses on the activity, the time spent. I have been painting the room. I am tired. I have paint in my hair. I might not be finished yet. Let us practice this distinction. I will give you a situation. You choose the best sentence. Situation A. The car is clean. It shines in the sun. Do you say, I have washed the car, or I have been washing the car? The answer is, I have washed the car. The job is done. The result is a clean car. Situation B. You are wet. You have a bucket of water. You are only halfway done with the car. Do you say, I have washed the car, or I have been washing the car? The answer is, I have been washing the car. The action is the focus, not the result. Situation C. You want to tell your boss about your loyalty to the company. Do you say, I have worked here for 10 years, or I have been working here for 10 years? Both are correct, but I have been working sounds a little bit more dynamic. It emphasizes the day-to-day effort. Now, let us talk about the time words we use with this continuous form. You will often hear words like lately and recently. I have been feeling tired lately. This means over the last few days or weeks. She has been acting strange recently. This suggests a change in behavior over a short period. Have you been watching any good TV shows lately? This is a great conversation starter. It asks about your current habits. Also, be careful with stative verbs. Remember in segment 1, we talked about verbs that describe states, not actions, like know, like, love, believe, and have for possession. We generally do not use these in the continuous form. You cannot say, I have been knowing him for 10 years. That is wrong. You must use the simple form, I have known him for 10 years.
You cannot say, I have been having the car since 2000. You must say, I have had a car since 2000. But wait, can we say, I have been having trouble? Yes. Why? Because having trouble is an experience, not a possession. I have been having a hard time sleeping. Correct. I have been having headaches lately. Correct. Let us do a quick drill. Correct the sentence if it is wrong. If it is right, say correct. Sentence 1. I have been liking this music. Wrong. Like is a state. Say, I have liked this music, or simply, I like this music. Sentence 2. She has been waiting for hours. Correct. Waiting is an action. Sentence 3. We have been believing in you. Wrong. Believe is a state. Say, we have believed in you. Sentence 4. They have been having lunch for 2 hours. Correct. Having lunch is an action. It means eating. We are now leaving the present. Say goodbye to have and has. We are going back to the world of had. But this is not the simple past tense we learned earlier. This is the past perfect. The structure is subject plus had plus past participle. I had gone. She had seen. They had finished. When do we use this? We use this when we have two events in the past and we need to show which one happened first. Imagine a timeline. Here is now. Here is yesterday at 5 p.m. Here is yesterday at 2 p.m. If I tell you a story about yesterday, I use the simple past. I arrived at the party at 5 p.m. But imagine the party finished at 2 p.m. So when I arrived, the party was already over. How do I say this in one sentence? When I arrived, the party finished. No, that sounds like they happened at the same time. I need to push the party back further in time. When I arrived, the party had finished. The had pushes the verb back. It's like a time machine within a time machine.
Now, what if the main verb you want to use is to have? For example, to have breakfast, or to have a problem, or to have a car. What is the past participle of have? It is had. So, helper verb equals had, main verb participle equals had. Put them together. Had, had. Let us build it slowly. Imagine I want to say, I ate breakfast. In past perfect, I say, I had eaten breakfast. Helper, had, main verb, eaten. Now, instead of eaten, let us use the verb had, because have breakfast means eat breakfast. So I replace eaten with had. I had had breakfast. It simply means I had eaten breakfast. Let us try another one. I possessed a car. Past perfect, I had possessed a car. Now use have instead of possess. I had had a car. Let us look at a full sentence to give it context. I was not hungry at the party because I had had a big lunch. Translation. I was not hungry in the past because before that moment I ate a big lunch. She was tired because she had had a busy day. Translation. She experienced a busy day before she felt tired. We had had that car for 10 years before it broke down. Translation. We owned that car for 10 years prior to the breakdown. The first had is grammatical. It sets the time. The second had is the content. It tells you what happened. Can you have has had? Yes, that is present perfect. She has had a cold for a week. Helper has, main verb had. This means she started having a cold a week ago and she still has it. Can you have had? Yes. I have had enough of this noise. Helper have, main verb had. So do not be scared when you see these double words. Just look at their jobs. The first one is the assistant. The second one is the boss.
Let us practice this. I will give you a sentence with a different verb. You change it to the double had structure. Sentence. I had eaten lunch before he came. Change eaten to had. Answer. I had had lunch before he came. Sentence. She had experienced a bad dream. Change experienced to had. Answer. She had had a bad dream. Sentence. We had owned the house for years. Change owned to had. Answer. We had had the house for years. See, it is not magic, it's just logic. And if you can use this in conversation, people will think your English is incredibly sophisticated. Most learners avoid this. They say, I ate lunch before he came. That is fine. But I had had lunch before he came is precise. It shows you understand the timeline perfectly. We have one final structure to cover in this advanced segment, the past perfect continuous. This is had been doing. This combines the past perfect timeline with the continuous feeling of duration. Subject plus had plus been plus verb ing. I had been waiting. She had been working. When do we use this? We use it to show that an action started in the past and continued up until another time in the past. Remember the example of the wet car. I have been washing the car. That means I am wet now. But imagine this story is yesterday. When my wife came home yesterday, I was wet and tired because I had been washing the car. The washing happened before she came home. It was a continuous activity, and the result was visible in the past. He had been smoking for 30 years before he finally quit. The action of smoking happened continuously for a duration, leading up to a moment in the past when he quit. It had been raining all night when I woke up. The rain happened before I woke up. This tense is the storyteller's best friend. It sets the background scene. The sun was shining, but the ground was wet because it had been raining. She was out of breath because she had been running. His eyes were red because he had been crying. Let us compare the four major forms we have learned, using the verb work. Present perfect simple. I have worked. Finished action, relevant to now. I have experience. Present perfect continuous. I have been working. Unfinished or recently finished action. Focus on duration. Past perfect simple. I had worked. Finished action before another past action. I had worked there before I met you. Past perfect continuous. I had been working. Continuous action before another past action. I had been working all day when you called me. If you can keep these four clear in your mind, you have mastered the English timeline. Let us do a grand review exercise. I'm going to tell you a short story. I want you to listen for the different forms of have, has, and had. Try to identify why I'm using them. Here's the story. Last Tuesday, I went to visit my friend Marco. I had not seen Marco for 5 years. That's past perfect. The 5 years were before Tuesday. When I arrived, he was cooking dinner. He told me he had been cooking since the morning. Past perfect continuous. The cooking started before I arrived and continued up to my arrival. Marco looks different now. He has lost a lot of weight. Present perfect. The result is visible now. He told me, Looki, I have been exercising every day. Present perfect continuous. He started in the past and is still doing it now. We sat down to eat. The food was delicious. We had a great conversation. Simple past. We ate, we talked, dynamic use of have. By the time I left, we had eaten everything on the table. Past perfect. The eating was finished before I left. Did you catch them all? If you did, you are ready for the real world. If you missed some, do not worry. This is dense material. You can rewind and listen again. The key to learning these tenses is not memorizing rules from a book. It is listening to stories. Notice how the timeline shifts back and forth. English speakers use these tools to paint time. We are time travelers. We jump from now to then to before then and back to now. Have, has, and had are your time machines. Conclusion of Part 3. We have survived the hardest part of the masterclass. The double had is no longer a mystery. The difference between have been doing and had been doing is clear. You understand that d can mean would or had. You are doing fantastic work. We have one segment left, segment 4. In the final part, we are going to look at the future. Yes, have exists in the future too. And we're going to learn one of the most useful structures in English for your daily life, the causative have. This is how you explain that you paid someone else to do the job for you. Like, I had my car fixed. And we'll cover some very common idioms and expressions that use have. Take a break. Drink some water. Reflect on the timeline we just drew. When you're ready to finish this journey, I will see you in segment 4. I'm Looki. This is Fluent with Looki. See you in a moment. Welcome back to the final leg of our journey. This is part 4. We have traveled through the present with have and has. We've explored the past with had. We've dived deep into the complex timelines of the perfect tenses. Now we are going to look forward. We are going to look into the future. And we are going to learn one of the most useful structures in English for your daily life, the causative have. This is how you explain that you paid someone else to do a job for you. Let us start with the future. We call this the future perfect tense. It sounds like science fiction, but it's actually very simple. We use this tense to project ourselves into the future and look back at a completed action. The formula is subject plus will have plus past participle. I will have finished. She will have arrived. They will have eaten. Please notice one very important rule. In the future, there is no has. Even if the subject is he or she, we always use have. It is never he will has. That is impossible. It is always he will have. Why? Because will is a modal verb, and after a modal verb, we always use the base form. So when do we use this? We use it with the phrase by the time. Imagine it is now 5 o'clock. You are working on a report. You think you need 2 more hours. So, at 7 o'clock, the work will be done. You say, by 7 o'clock, I will have finished the report. You are standing at 7 o'clock in your mind looking back at the finished work. By next year, we will have lived here for 10 years. By the time you arrive, I will have cooked dinner. By the time the movie ends, we will have fallen asleep. This tense is excellent for setting goals. By December, I will have saved $5,000. By the time I am 40, I will have visited 20 countries. It shows determination. It shows that you visualize the result as already done. Now, let us move to the causative have. This is essential for adult life. Many students make a mistake here. They say, I cut my hair yesterday. Unless you are a hairdresser and you used scissors on your own head, this is not true. You did not cut your hair. Someone else did it. In English, we make a distinction between doing it yourself and arranging for someone else to do it. The structure is subject plus have plus object plus past participle. I had my hair cut. She is having her car fixed. We had our house painted. Let us break that down. I had, that is the verb have. My hair, that is the object. Cut, that is the participle. If you say, I painted my house, it means you bought the paint and climbed the ladder. If you say, I had my house painted, it means you paid a professional painter. Let us look at the tenses. You can use causative have in any tense. Present simple. I have my windows cleaned every month. Present continuous. I am having my car repaired right now. Past simple. I had my roof fixed last week. Future with will. I will have my suit dry cleaned for the wedding. Let us practice. I will give you a situation. You tell me the causative sentence. Situation. A mechanic repaired your car yesterday. Sentence. I had my car repaired. Situation. A dentist is going to clean your teeth tomorrow. Sentence. I will have my teeth cleaned. Situation. A photographer took our photo. Sentence. We had our photo taken.
Do you see the pattern? It puts the focus on the service you received, not the person who did it. We do not care about the mechanic's name. We care that the car is fixed. Before we finish, we must talk about idioms. English speakers love to use have in ways that do not translate literally. Here are 5 very common expressions you will hear. Number 1, to have a word. This means to speak briefly with someone, usually about a specific topic. Can I have a word with you? It sounds polite but serious. Number 2, to have a go. This means to try something. I have never played golf, but I will have a go. Let me have a go at fixing it. Number 3, to have it out. This means to resolve a conflict by arguing or discussing it openly. They had it out last night and now they are friends again. Number 4, to have something in mind. This means to have a plan or an idea. Do you have anything in mind for dinner? I have a few ideas in mind. Number 5, to have a heavy heart. This means to be sad. I left the airport with a heavy heart. These expressions add color to your language. Instead of saying, I want to try, say, I want to have a go. It sounds friendly and native. My friends, we have reached the end. We have covered an immense amount of ground today. Let us quickly review our map. We learned that have and has are for the present. I have. She has. We learned that had is for the past. Everyone had. We learned the difference between stative possession and dynamic action. I have a book versus I am having lunch. We conquered the present perfect. I have been. I have seen. We survived the double had. I had had breakfast. And finally, we looked at the future and the causative. I will have finished. I had my car fixed. Grammar is not about rules. It is about precision. When you use the right form of have, you are telling the world exactly when something happened, how long it lasted, and how it affects you now. You are painting with time. I know this was a long video. I know it was a lot of information. Do not try to memorize it all today. Save this video. Come back to it. Watch segment 1 again next week. Watch segment 3 next month. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. But today, you have taken a huge step forward. Thank you for trusting me with your time. If you found this masterclass helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me create more deep content like this for you. I am Looki. This is Fluent with Looki. You have done a great job. Now, go out there and have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.